Alrighty guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome back to a brand new LEGO DC Supervillains video. And today we're going to be taking a look at a very cool DLC pack that is now available, widely available. And if you're wondering about how to attain the DLC packs, I made a video showcasing that because I do get that question very often. So I figured I might as well just make a quick little video for you guys that features all of the different DLC packs available right now, and plus how to actually get them. So check that out on the channel. Nevertheless, though, today we're going to specifically take a look in depth, take a look at the entire DLC pack that is the DC TV Heroes pack. Now, the reason why I'm being very careful with my words is because there's a DC TV Villains pack available, which we have already seen in action plenty of times before. We've seen many of the characters for it before, which of course was where is it? Right here. So it starts with this character right here, Indigo, and then goes all the way up to Zoom. Nevertheless, let's take a look at the Heroes pack. So first and foremost, of course, we have one of the absolute coolest heroes of the bunch, and that is the Flash, which I was very happy to see because I'm a big fan of the suit for the Flash TV show. So look at Atrocitus in the background, looking pretty good, bro. I like that pose. But Flash is looking pretty awesome. I really like the design. You got the electric static going all around the character, which looks legitimately great. Then, in addition to the Flash, actually, you know what? Before we even move on, I know that you guys will probably want to see what it looks like compared to the regular Flash. So here's the differences. Pretty much, a lot of the difference is really in the shade of red that is used, which in the TV show armor, or the TV show suit, I should say, it's a much darker shade of red. It's kind of almost like burgundy, I would describe it. So let's not get too finicky with colors, but nevertheless, that is a key difference. The helmet's exactly the same, except for, again, coloring. But the suit actually does have substantially different printing. So you'll see that the chest logo is the exact same thing, but the belt design and the overall costume printing is actually substantially different. So that's really cool to see. So, nevertheless, from the Flash, let's move right along to the Atom, who looks pretty awesome. I don't know why. It seems to me like the suit does look a little bit incomplete. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the lack of printing on the arms. Or maybe I feel like they could have used, instead of just using the motorcycle helmet, given him like a unique helmet, one that looks a lot more accurate to the helmet that we see in the show. But outside of that, it is a pretty awesome suit. I like that the animation for the, I guess, growth of the Atom is different than what we have seen before. If we want to go on ahead and compare him to, of course, the other variation of the Atom that is in the game, and that would be the comic book version. So there he is. You'll see that this suit is obviously substantially different. So there's a lot of differences between these two, not just colors and so on and so forth. Very different helmets, the print work on the face, everything pretty much is different between these two characters. From there, let's move on to Black Lightning, which I was very happy and surprised that they actually included him in the game. I think he looks really cool. I think they did a pretty good job with the costume. And of course, the other cool thing about LEGO DC Supervillains is that a lot of the times, just like with LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, every time, well, not every time, but a lot of the times, like I said the first time, the characters that we get in the DLC packs then get new or add new pieces into your customizer. So then you can go on ahead and create even cooler characters. So that is obviously quite exciting. He's got a pretty cool idle animation where he just basically creates a giant whip made out of electricity. And his costume is pretty sweet looking too. And really cool, unique face printing as well. So that is definitely pretty cool. All right. So from Black Lightning, let's go on ahead and transition onwards and forwards to the next character, which is going to be Green Arrow, of course. Or, it's odd that they actually called him Green Arrow. Is that what he goes by now in the shows? Maybe he does, and I just haven't been following the show, but that he always calls himself Arrow. So nevertheless, though, there's the costume. I do think it looks pretty cool. I think that the face mask is a little bit off. Like, I can't really pinpoint what it is about it. I think maybe it's supposed to be, like, wider or something like that. It just looks a little bit too, like, thin. But outside of that, pretty sweet design. I like the overall look of the character. And they nailed the design to make it look and feel a lot more like the version that we see in the TV show versus the comics or any other appearance before that. Now, I'm trying to see... Oh, there he is. I'm trying to see, for comparison's sake, to show you guys the other Arrow. So as you can see, very different design for the costume. This one's unhooded. You have the hair showing. You've got the goatee. So completely different design on the character. So if you're worried like, oh, well, if I already have Green Arrow, why would I want to double dip? They're very different. One is clearly inspired by the TV show. The other one is clearly inspired by the comics. So I think that is definitely quite cool. Now, from there, let's transition to our next character, which is going to be Mr. Terrific, which I would have never predicted for them to choose Mr. Terrific as one of the characters, but they did, which I think is really, really, really cool. So he's got some cool blast abilities, plus, of course, the grenades that he can clear out silver Lego objects with. So that is definitely really, really cool. Seems like they gave him the double jump. Yeah, they did. Okay. I was just curious if they did. He probably has acrobatic abilities as well. I really like the design on the costume because this is one of those rare minifig designs that has printing on the arms, on the legs, and even on the sides of the legs, which is super duper rare. So very cool to see. And anytime they do a character like this, it's awesome because, again, customizer will become better. But then in addition to that, it shows really cool attention to detail on all parts of the character, not just looking at, like, imagine, for example, even on Green Arrow here, if they did some print work on the sides of the legs. Like, it feels so... like, there's such a lack of detail there. Why not add some cool, like, little lines or something to, like, create a bit more texturing to the actual costume? And then maybe even add something to the hood. I think that would look kind of cool. So, again, maybe that's wishful thinking, but nevertheless, I do think that would have been kind of cool to see. So, from there, let's transition, I should say, not position, to the next character, which is going to be Supergirl. And I forget the name of the actress that plays Supergirl. I really like this design, actually. I think that, oddly enough, this feels like very much a classic comic book Supergirl, which is definitely a good thing by all means. Now, the thing is... oh, wow, she's not actually in the game, is she? Wow. I just realized that. I literally did not even realize that before. Okay, so... this kind of makes the TV Heroes pack a must-have because you obviously have access to Supergirl, which is a very important character. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know whether or not this is accurate to the TV show itself because I personally have not seen the Supergirl TV show, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, yeah, this is exactly like the costume looks in the TV show and so on and so forth. But I'm sure that fans of the show will be happy. I'm just happy because, again, it's another character that we were missing and now gets represented in the game, as she's a pretty crucial component of the DC universe. And so from there, last but certainly not least, we have Vibe. So maybe we should have showcased him next to the Flash, but he looks cool. I like the print work on the arms. He does remind me a little bit of Shocker, I'm not going to lie, which I guess, I mean, the abilities are somewhat similar, you know, with kind of like energy blasts and such. So maybe Vibe was somewhat inspired by Shocker because just the actual costume design and everything like that definitely gives me a Shocker vibe. Okay, I'll stop now. But nevertheless, that is Vibe. Whoa, he's got the weirdest double jump ever. Look at that. He like does like a twirl into a nosedive. It's like he's doing like some sort of a... what are those professional, like, when they jump off of planks into water? What, like, there's a name for that sport, and I don't remember what it's called. It's not planking. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the name of it is, but it looks like he's pulling off one of those. Like, he just needs a pool, and then he's just like, 10 points, very well done. But that was Vibe right there. So, with that in mind, ladies and gents, that is the TV Heroes pack, all showcased. I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below, which is your favorite member of this particular pack. We had, of course, the Atom, we had Black Lightning, we had the Flash, Green Arrow, Mr. Terrific, Supergirl, and last but certainly not least, Vibe. So let me know down in the comment section below which of those characters is your personal fave. And of course, like always, guys, do not forget to have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.